Hi everyone, this is Kristen. Want the extreme drop protection of a mouse case in a crystal clear version to show off your iPhone? Check out the Mous Clarity. Mous is famous for subjecting its super protective cases to mega drop protection tests, such as dropping mouse case protected phones from cranes and helicopters. Most of these tests have been done with their Limitless case model, but supposedly the Clarity is super protective as well. This case has a scratch and yellowing resistant back panel and is engineered to provide serious drop protection for your device. It also has a nice slim form factor and a great feel in the hand. Let's check out this case in a bit more detail on my iPhone XS Max in gold. Looking at the construction of the Clarity case, this is a one-piece case, which should make it easier to install and remove than multi-piece cases. It has a relatively rigid construction with a hard back plate. This is made of a glossy, clear polycarbonate. The sides are made of a combination of polycarbonate and TPU and also have a glossy finish. And then going into the interior, you can see this green line that runs around the edges. This is their AiroShock material, which is what gives this case its drop protection. So exactly how much impact this can take is a little bit unclear. They don't mention any kind of a drop height on their website or on their product boxes. In fact, there's a little insert on there that says, although they test things to crazy drop heights, you probably shouldn't. So I would say that this is probably a very protective case, but probably it's not wise to go dropping it off of cranes or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. But overall, seems like a very nicely made case from the folks at Mous. Prior to installing this case on your phone, make sure that both your phone and the case are beautiful and clean. Any trapped dust or dirt is not only a scratch hazard, it also looks unattractive. Installing your iPhone in the Clarity is very easy. Simply just put the one side in and then clip on the other corners. Once on, you can see we have a nice tight fit on the phone. This is a very secure fitting case, really excellent. Top is tight, bottom is also tight. The sides here, there is the tiniest amount of give over your volume buttons and a little bit over the side button, but honestly, very secure, very tight fitting case. So I think that that is excellent for your phone. Looking here at the amount of lip we have on here, we also have a good protective lip surrounding the screen, but it's not the same height all over. So we have a high lip on the bottom and on the top, but not on the sides. Purpose of this is that this gives an overall slimmer feel to the phone case and also allows you to swipe from side to side much more easily. So I think that that is a good design. You still get that protection, but you have a slimmer feel to it. So good job there. In terms of screen protection, I do currently have a tempered glass screen protector on here. This is OtterBox Amplify screen protector. Works great with this. So I did not choose to install the free screen protector that comes with this. This is an impact protective TPU screen protector, and I installed this screen protector when I reviewed this for iPhone X, and I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was a remarkably good screen protector for an included free screen protector, but I chose not to take the Amplify off here because honestly, Amplify is an awesome screen protector, and I typically prefer a glass screen protector over a TPU one. However, if you are interested in staying all Mous, one thing you might want to consider is going with their hybrid glass screen protector. I have that on my iPhone XR and I've been extremely impressed with the hybrid glass screen protector. Really impact protective and also a great user experience, so definitely consider that. Going down here to our port openings, these are nicely positioned and nicely sized, although they decided to go with symmetrical port openings for an asymmetrical port design, which is going to disappoint some people, but probably most people won't even notice. So we have plenty of protection here typically for your whole port areas, although of course there's no port protection in terms of dust or dirt, just in terms of impact, and you should be able to fit many third-party lightning cables with this port opening, although of course the case does support wireless charging, so you may find you're using that functionality less than you otherwise would. Going around to the sides here, note again we do have slightly larger corners on here because of this increased lip on the bottom and top corners. This material here has a nice degree of grip to it. This is grippier than Mous's other case, the Limitless 2.0. The fact that they have incorporated some TPU in here gives this a nice degree of grip. The glossy sides have a nice feel in the hand, although they do tend to show fingerprints. Going up here to our buttons, wow, great buttons with this case. Absolutely no issues there. They are a pleasure to press. And going over here to our mute switch, the mute switch area is nicely accessible. I think that it's inset enough so it's going to protect your mute switch, but it's still quite easy to access. Going over here to our side button, again, side button is an absolute pleasure to press. Looking at the back of the case, the Clarity does a great job in showing off the beauty of your iPhone. We have a little bit of mouse branding down here at the bottom, but other than that, when you look at the back of the case, you just see beautiful iPhone, and it is indeed glorious. I think that everything looks lovely, maybe particularly with a gold iPhone. I really do like the way my iPhone looks in this case. This material that this is made of, a glossy clear type polycarbonate, typically does have a few issues. You usually have issues with fingerprints and scratching and watermarking with this type of material. Yellowing less so. That tends to be an issue with softer plastics like TPU rather than a polycarbonate like this, although it's important to note, I think, that this does have an anti-yellowing agent in it, which should help against any yellowing that might occur. This type of material tends to show watermarking unless it is specially designed. Usually the best way to keep watermarking from occurring is either to not have the back of the case actually touch the back of your phone, or to have a system of tiny dots on the back. The folks at Mous decided to go with the tiny dots approach. So if you look very closely, you can see that there is a system of teeny tiny dots here on the back, and I think that that does a good job in combating watermarking. I did notice the tiniest of watermarks when I looked very closely at the phone, but honestly it was something that you had to look really close to notice, and it was very small and indistinct. So honestly, I don't think that that is an issue with this phone case. So the other things that tend to be an issue are fingerprints and scratching. As far as fingerprints are concerned, I don't notice this being a terribly fingerprinty case, but I think that fingerprints do tend to build up over time, and it's probably wise to keep a microfiber cloth handy. And as far as scratching is concerned, this has both a scratch resistant coating and a micro abrasion resistant coating. I don't know the difference honestly between scratches and micro abrasions, but it's got both coatings, so that is good. So that's definitely going to help against that. And also you do have a rim that runs around the edges here, which should help against scratching, because when you put the case flat on its back, it is going to be up on this rim rather than allowing the entire back of the case to rest on a flat surface, and that should over time definitely help combat scratching, so that is good. Got plenty of protection here for the protruding camera, and of course this case does support wireless charging, so that is excellent. So overall, quite a nicely designed case. Finally, for those of you that may be familiar with Mous's Limitless 2.0 case line, you might be wondering how it compares to Clarity. So your Limitless 2.0 cases come in a variety of different case appearances. You've got the carbon fiber version shown here, as well as a leather, a couple different kinds of wood, and a shell version. These cases are also compatible with the magnetic mounting system that Mous offers, and your Clarity is not going to work with magnetic mounting because there's no place on a clear back to put the magnetic or metal plates necessary for that. And also, of course, Clarity only comes in a single color, this clear back with glossy black sides. The glossy black sides do give the Clarity greater grip in comparison with your Limitless 2.0, so that is nice. Also, the Clarity is just a little bit thinner than your Limitless 2.0, although it is very slightly taller. Width is basically the same between the two cases. As far as hand feel, I would have to say that the Clarity has a better feel in the hand to me than the Limitless 2.0, because I think that the Limitless 2.0 is a little bit too slippery for me. Really do like the feel of the Clarity. In terms of maintenance, probably because you're not dealing with a clear case, you're going to be happier maintenance wise with your Limitless 2.0 because you don't have to worry about fingerprints and scratching, even though the Clarity does a pretty good job in limiting fingerprints and scratching, it's still always going to be an issue with a clear case. You got to keep that in mind. And finally, in terms of protectiveness, I think that the impact protection provided by both of these is excellent. It's very hard to judge which one is going to be the tougher case because Mous doesn't give any kind of drop rating to either case, but my gut feeling is probably that the Limitless 2.0 is going to be a little bit tougher, although both of them are going to be excellent cases. So really, I think it's just a question, if you're trying to decide between the two, of look, feel, and functionality. Both of them are excellent choices for iPhone XS Max. Again, we've been looking at the Mous Clarity for iPhone XS Max. This case is available directly from Mous as well as from many other retailers, and it has an MSRP of $59.99. It comes in a single color, clear with black sides. Many thanks to the kind folks at Mous for sending me out this sample to review. If you have any questions about this case, please feel free to put them in the comments below and I will do my best to address them. And if you are interested in subscribing to my channel, please do consider it because I have lots more great case and accessory reviews yet to come. Again, this is Kristen with the Mous Clarity for iPhone XS Max. Enjoy your iPhone and have a wonderful day.